Kim is in LA living her best artist life and shit. And for the last 5 or 6 days, we have been recording and locking in tracks for her for this album. But out of the kindness of my subscribers' hearts, you guys raised a crap ton of money to help us expand the net and get other singers who are part of the Race to the Blue competition out here. So later in the week, Xavier and Lex got to come out here to do their episodes, and I shared the secret with them as well. I have another surprise.
Oh no.
I know, Lex. What would you say if I told you
Oh no.
that I already got a couple studio sessions booked just for someone named Lex Cole?
No, you didn't.
And it's all on the dime of the Terrell show.
No, you didn't.
And you're going to record original music with some people that you may be familiar with, because I'm doing a collaborative album with all of these people.
No, you didn't.
And I would love if you would just come to the studio and be a part of the album. And you don't have to pay for nothing.
I'm gonna cry.
Don't you
oh
do
my
it.
God.
I believe in you and everything that you've been doing. To be honest with you, Kim, Kim won the
Yes.
competition. She's been here for like 6 days, and she's been working on this album for 6 days. And you're gonna go hop in the studio with her, and y'all gonna write some stuff together, and you're gonna come up with a record.
Oh my God.
That sound all right?
Yes. Oh my God. I love Kim. I love you, Kim. I love her.
Let's do it.
Yes.
It's gonna happen
Oh
tonight.
my God.
It's happening now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because I did. Yeah. So right after this, I don't know why you didn't ask no questions. You here for how long? Like 3 days? 2, 3 days? Yeah. You thought Song Association was gonna take 2, 3 days?
I thought we was gonna do a tour of LA.
That's the same thing Kim thought, but she's been in the studio for 6 days. Yeah. And we're about to leave the studio right now to go join her and a whole bunch of other people, because I am in the process of recording an album. That's why the channel is on a hiatus. Yeah. And it's featuring a ton of people who've been on the show in this very seat that you're sitting in right now. So we're just gonna go. We're gonna go to the studio.
Oh my God,
We're going
that's
to
crazy.
create some tracks. God, I love surprises. It's just the best. I let everyone get some rest and digest everything. But listen, there's a lot of work to be done. So the very next morning, I called a family meeting so that we can all start on solid ground.
B flat.
B flat. B flat.
Yeah.
Don't ask me nothing else, Kim. I don't know. Listen, singing is a muscle, okay? And if you don't work that thing, you're gonna lose that thing. So I called one of my very good friends, the best in the business, to come through for a quick touch-up. I think it would be a great idea, right? Since we're singing, we're doing a whole bunch of singing and a whole bunch of making music and stuff. Who better than to help y'all out, vocally, than somebody very special in my life? That guy right there, maybe he can give you a couple of tips, a couple of things we can work on to be greats in these streets. Stevie Mackey, everybody, give him a round of applause. Yes. Oh, you look so good. Stevie Mackey, vocal coach to the stars. Kim, Xavier, Lex, I can't tell them everything they need to do. Okay, listen, once again, collaboration and delegation, that's the key. I can't do every damn thing. That's what I got a phone for. Officer T, calling for backup. Stevie, come tell him what to do. It's Xavier, he's the runner-up of the competition.
Oh, nice to meet you.
The shot. Stevie, sit right here where you sit best.
As Terrell casually had a conversation with us until he walked up.
Right.
Like he's so
That is
lit.
so,
Yes.
wow.
Thank you.
I
I had to figure it out. I'm gonna play. Can I squat? I don't wanna be in the way. That's how you make it, where the camera at? That's how you introduce the segment, okay? That's how you, if you don't walk into a house like that, I don't want you in my house. Okay, so Stevie is going to be giving you guys a vocal coaching session today, which usually would cost like $10,000, okay? Because he's freaking phenomenal, okay? But you guys are special, so boom, that's what he's here for. He's here for you. He's here to answer your questions. He's here to, help you find different things in your voice. If you watch this episode, like it was straight vocal teaching Bible, And now he's right here. So use him for the betterment of your vocal careers, okay? And I don't even know how you start with these things. Do you want to hear each of them sing a little bit first? I don't know, Stevie, this is your word. I'm just sitting here.
I want to do both. I want to hear you a little bit separately and then kind of sing together, do some general warm-ups just to, loosen you up, get your voice good, and just work through little areas that are just, sometimes it's dry. It's work through little areas in your voice that are maybe tripping. Mm-hmm. You're already really good. So I'm just here to help push you because that's what I do. Just everybody together, just do this with me. Oh yeah, like that. Just oh yeah, oh yeah.
Come on,
do it up there.
Y'all scared to sing? Y'all better come on here. Now.
Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. Oh yeah, 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 ooh yeah, ooh yeah, oh 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 yeah, say oh yeah, 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 oh yeah.
Father God, I stretched. That was sexy. Yes! I like that. That's a good warm-up.
You want to join in on
Hell
it?
no. Mm-mm. Not with this. Y'all got there. I'm sitting here, a fly on the wall. A loud fly on the wall.
Okay. What do you...
Kim, what's you trying to say, girl?
Kim, that's my sister's name. Kim, what do you think is your biggest struggle when you warm up sometimes?
Just getting through hoarseness.
Getting through hoarseness a little bit. Have you always had a raspier voice?
It came like maybe 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Are your parents, do they have husky voices?
I have a polyp.
You have a polyp in your voice? Oh, okay, so you're singing around that. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's the test of a real singer. If you can sing through that and then take care of it real soon, you gotta take care of it, you gotta see somebody get it. Nowadays they do it so easily. They just laser it off real quick. And you know how you got it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So that's I'm sure a whole thing. Singers know. We know when our body's doing something and it's like, okay, I should do that or change this. And as singers, we are good enough to sing around it, but doing warm-ups, it shows up. Why does it show up? Because when you're warming up, you can't hide from any places in your voice. That's why warm-ups sometimes are boring, because you start somewhere where you feel safe, and it's okay, as you go up, then you discover some place where you're like, oh, and a whoop. Where is that?
Yeah.
But it's the point of it, you know, it's to see what's there today and to see, just like, you know, if you're in a band room and you hear all the instruments warming up together, they're just, it sounds like a big mess because they're just trying to see what's there, trying to clear it out and trying to just learn their instrument better. Let's see where that is in your voice. Do you kind of know where it is in your voice?
My falsetto, anything in head voice is really, yeah.
Do you know,
Yeah. Want me to do that for real?
do every sound I'm making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there.
Like right in that whole area right there. What about low falsetto? So you have some low. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do have some falsetto.
Yeah.
That's like, I call that like if you're trying to dig out of a cave, you start digging where the light is. You know, if you're trapped and you say, oh, there's a little light. So there you start digging out right there. So you have a little window right there and it's the lower falsetto. Anything that you're pushing up higher, that's where the vocal cords are not vibrating the right way. And it's like, it's just gonna give you air. And that's where it's tough. I would find a song that helps you start really low and put it on a playlist and that you have to go to falsetto to. And Whitney would do this too. Her voice would get kind of crazier and it would get hoarse as she got older. And she would go really low falsetto. She had a low falsetto break because she had chest voice and falsetto. And she sang hard or she sang falsetto. And that was her voice. And that's a lot of great people's voices. And you have that kind of voice where it's chest voice and then falsetto. But some people live in mix, like I'd say Shaka Khan. You know, she can get away with a lot of things because she lives in a that's all mixed. That's,
Oh my God.
That's where I sing. And I learned some of that from her. Oh, right in there. So it's it's like right in the middle of your voice. And so, and then your chest voice is just where you talk. That's just where it's gonna be. But that middle voice, that's why I was asking you to see if that area was there, but you have low falsetto left. You need to be doing some things in your low falsetto to just get you warmed up. Know on a piano where what you have and what you don't have. And then you can measure it and say, well, tomorrow, let me see if it's the same. If it's the same for a while, you know, you have a measurement system right here on the piano. And you should keep up with where these notes are. Where's your break today? Where is this break happening? Can I hit this note falsetto? And that's where you can gauge your growth right here. Yay! Yay! Do that.
Yay!
Yeah, some of it's there, some of it's not. That relationship though needs to improve between your chest voice and falsetto. You want them to be friends and not frenemies. I've worked with people time and time again, some who've had more than one surgery for a polyp, and they get it back. You just stay quiet for a little bit. That's the hardest part. And then over time, weeks later, it comes back. Your vocal cords can be restored. And especially when we're young and our bodies still restore things fast and our bodies are made to fix themselves. You know that? Because we're made by God. Everything that we make doesn't fix itself. You make a phone and it's going to just, it'll be in a drawer in a couple years.
You had that pop the whole time throughout this competition? My God. Girl, you better say something. And you had strep throat and a polyp 1 week. Gimme!
You had strep throat too?
Yes, she did.
1
1 week.
It causes it. My voice is naturally very smooth. Sometimes I wish it was more gravelly and I have to agitate it to get that growl, that roughness to it. I love that. That little thing that Ray Charles has, John Legend has, many great singers have. My voice is naturally very smooth. So things can kind of go over it. Mm-hmm. But when you do have that gift of that little roughness to your voice, it's susceptible to more things. It just is. It is. You do have to be careful with it. Certain, from anything from marinara sauce or dairy can mess it up. Anything like that. I can eat dairy. It doesn't bother my voice very much, but I just clear it out and it kind of goes away. But when you have a different voice and, there's just different types of muscles, different fibers, and things can get in the way. Our voice is not covered by fat and skin and protection. it's open for the air, for the smog, for elements, for, you know, alcohol and smoke and different things pass by it all. It's just tough. It's tough. So our voice is open to these things. It's the only muscle that's exposed. And so that's why we have to be a singer first. If you're a singer, you have to live like a singer. You know, you have to sleep 8 hours.
Okay, get all the dairy products out of this house. No dairy products for any of these people.
Out you go.
Out. Okay.
As much as I love cheese.
Listen.
Oh,
no
my
more
goodness.
pizza.
What is your go-to warm-up that's super fast? Like you're, like, dang, I'm out of time. Which one can I do real quick?
I always do sirens, and I always do like, like
Yeah.
go up and down the scale. And it just really opens up everything.
You do that one?
No.
That's kind of what you did.
I did 3. He did like 6.
It's an octave and a half. It's really fast. It'll still get you stretched up. And now change it to this. Keep your mouth a little more open.
Okay.
Like that. Yeah, perfect. It makes your voice sit back and down like that. It's gonna come out like that. And you get more volume. You know, before microphones were invented, that's how people had to sing. That's how people had to sing. No electricity. You're gonna sing on a wooden stage, up on a wooden piano, and the sound would go straight down through the wooden stage and out through the audience into a building that was shaped like a speaker. And that's the amplification that people heard. When you have that classic voice like that, you have a very classic voice and my voice is kind of like that, you know, vibrato, and you warm up like that. You put the vibrato on and you put the volume away, you put the volume in and then you get soft, you know, you give it some drama. Okay, good stuff. Hi.
This is probably the most I've warmed up in my life since college. It's like I didn't really do it like in church because people just start singing.
Yeah.
And
me too.
Yeah.
You just have to like, okay, time
Just
to sing.
start,
Oh, well.
and then you wonder why no one has
It's forced. I just had to sing.
Yeah.
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 Hey.
Hey.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Do it again. I'm a baritone too, actually, sometimes. I think my voice changed to baritone, but my teachers kept me in first tenor. But my natural speaking voice is baritone.
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna crack. Like that's.
What tells you that?
What? It's like.
I know. Your brain tells you that. Luckily, your brain doesn't sing. Oh. You know? You just, who cares? You know that's the worst thing that can happen as a singer?
Is you just sound bad.
Sound bad. We're not sending anyone to the moon. We're not doing brain surgery. We get to sound bad. That's the worst thing that can happen. We sound bad. Thank God. Right in there where you think you're gonna crack, that's where you're gonna find a lot of fun things in your voice. But you're a very safe person. You sing in an a cappella group. And I know how you are. You do what you know and you won't, it's just, I know. I went to school with a lot of people like you. And your voice will always be able to do more than you think. Because you do a lot of thinking, of course. And so your voice could always do more. Your brain always will try to stop you before your voice will. You gotta be crazy. You gotta sing through your craziness. I could tell these girls are crazy. Like there's a crazy side to both of them. And I know that because I know singers. I know sitting here nice and right now, but that's the best singers. The best singers sing through their craziness. And you have to just be in touch with that crazy side of you and just fearless side of you to really become great. Or else you'll be looking at everybody else like, wow, they're so good. Wow, I can't believe they just did that. Yeah, but because your brain will try to protect you. All of our muscles do this when they're scared, including our vocal cords.
They all just, you know, they do that. And that's, you know, you have to tell yourself, you can always go further. You can always finish the mile. You can always, in a marathon, you know, your brain will tell you first, you can't do this, and your body can. So don't question it. Sing first, think later. Sing it first. That's why I do that, like the oh yeah. It's call and response. And that's something that's very old, and especially in American singing and Black American singing, it start, you know, call and response, gospel, that's where it came from. Yeah. Back and forth, you know, and you don't have time to think about it and correct it. You don't have time. Once I sing it, you got to sing it.
Marvelous. Did you learn something?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
Stevie, what's wrong with you? I mean, I couldn't even count the amount of teachable moments, things I should have wrote down in this last 45 minutes. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this video.
Me too. I'm gonna have to
30
go back and
times
watch.
and like, that was good. That was a word. That was a blessing. It was such a good session with Stevie. Sometimes that's all an artist needs, like a bit of insight, sometimes some edge. That's why I wanted Kim to have that moment with Layla, and now Xavier, Kim, and Lex to have this moment with Stevie. It can make a world of difference, you know? And sometimes it's just really helpful and inspiring for somebody at certain levels to see you and want to help you. Shout out to Stevie, you freaking genius, I love you, God damn it. All of them just started writing after that session, like immediately. Kim and Lex started working together, Xavier and Eric started working together. Baby, we made some shit that day.
I've been up all night just thinking about you, and I know that you don't feel the same way. So what can I do? 'Cause every single time I try to act like I'm alright, you're still stuck in my mind, and something else there. I
don't know who that house belonged to from that Airbnb, but your house is officially blessed. Okay, we made some songs in that house. We went straight to the studio after that. I don't know yet. I wanted to hear what you came up with all the way through, then I'm gonna play it back and then rip it apart. No. Play it back.
And then delete it.
Never get back my time that I wasted thinking about you and I. It would be easier to cut you off, but you ain't never done anything wrong, yeah. Don't wanna ruin the way we are, but I can't lie. You love me with scars.
All the contestants from the singing competition were phenomenal, like natural born singers. So it was honestly pretty easy producing for them, because when you have amazing talent, you can go anywhere. There's no limits. And speaking of limits, a word that's not in Terrell's vocabulary. In case you haven't heard, that fool puts in work. If you're sitting at home thinking, gee, I would love to work for the Terrell show, it's really funny. I mean, we have fun, but you would hate it.
But you have no life.
Hi, sugar. Wait, I can't hear her.
She said she doing the makeup.
My daughter is vacuuming.
Oh my God.
I'm doing my makeup.
I cannot. Baby girl.
Oh.
I adore you. I adore you.
My daughter adores you.
Shut
Can you please say hi to my daughter?
Please. Yes. What's her name?
Amaya.
Amaya. Oh my God, this is the cutest.
I want you to see someone.
Oh my God. Hello. Amaya, hi. How are you, beautiful?